You are not supposed to see a black jaguar this clearly, and if you do, there is a good chance it saw you first. Somewhere inside the Amazon, there is a predator so perfectly built for shadow that even when it is standing in plain sight, it can look like part of the forest itself. Not a myth, not a monster, not a different species. Just one of the most unnerving forms a jaguar can take. The black jaguar does not need bright colors, noise, or speed to dominate its world. It rules through silence, through timing, through the terrifying ability to appear exactly where your eyes were not looking. Most people imagine the rainforest as loud, chaotic, and alive in every direction. But when a top predator moves through it, something changes. Birds stop calling. Small animals vanish into cover. Even the air starts to feel cautious. And that is what makes the black jaguar so fascinating. It does not simply live in the rainforest. It seems to erase itself inside it. At first glance, a black jaguar looks completely different from the spotted cats most people know. Its coat appears almost solid, like pure darkness poured into the shape of a predator. But look closer, and the truth becomes even stranger. The rosettes are still there, the same patterns, the same jaguar, hidden beneath a layer of melanism that turns one of the world's most powerful cats into something far more ghost-like. That detail matters because the black jaguar is not frightening because it is unknown. It is frightening because it is familiar, transformed into something harder to read. And in the jungle, anything that becomes harder to read becomes more dangerous. A jaguar already has one of the strongest bite forces among big cats. It already knows how to stalk through dense vegetation, swim through rivers, climb over flooded roots, and strike with brutal efficiency. Now, imagine all of that wrapped in a body that seems to absorb light. This is where the animal stops feeling like wildlife footage and starts feeling like a glitch in the forest, because the rainforest is built on vision and sound, movement, a contrast, recognition, and the black jaguar disrupts all of it. In the wrong light, it becomes a silhouette. In deeper shade, it disappears. And in motion, it can be almost impossible to track for more than a second. That is why so many sightings feel unreal. People describe the eyes first, or the shape or a shadow crossing a gap between trees. Very few get the full animal for long. The experience is often over before the brain fully catches up, and that may be the most impressive part of all. This predator does not just beat prey with strength, it beats perception itself. If you wanted to design the perfect rainforest ambush hunter, you would end up with something very close to this. Heavy muscle, low, controlled movement, basic patience, explosive power, a body that can move through water, mud, roots, and darkness without looking out of place in any of them. The black jaguar is not fast in the way a cheetah is fast. It does not need long open runs or dramatic chases. It plays a different game. It closes distance without being noticed. It waits longer than most animals can afford to wait, and then it commits only when the outcome is already leaning in its favor. That is not just aggression, that is calculation. And in a place like the Amazon, calculation is everything. Every fallen trunk can become cover. Every river edge can become a hunting lane. Every patch of shadow can become concealment. The jaguar is not entering the environment and reacting to it. It is reading terrain the way a strategist reads a map. You can feel that intelligence in the way it moves. No wasted energy, no pointless display, no warning. Just a sequence of decisions so efficient that the final appearance can seem supernatural. But it is not supernatural. It is expertise. That distinction matters because animals like this are often reduced to legends. The problem with legends is that they make reality feel less impressive, and the reality is already extraordinary enough. A black jaguar does not need exaggeration. It only needs time, darkness, and one mistake from something nearby. And the forest gives it all three. What makes this even more unsettling is that the Amazon is not just forest floor. It is water, fog, roots, floodplains, narrow channels, islands of higher ground, and walls of vegetation layered on top of each other. Most predators are strongest in one zone. The black jaguar seems built to transition between them. On land, it is almost invisible. At the river's edge, it becomes a patient shadow. In the water, it crosses with a kind of confidence that breaks the illusion that rivers create safety. For many animals, a river is a boundary. For a jaguar, it can be another route. That changes the whole logic of survival around it. You are not dealing with a predator confined by terrain. You are dealing with one that turns terrain into advantage. And this is where the black coat becomes more than appearance. It becomes atmosphere, because even when the jaguar is not on screen, it changes the way you imagine the space around it. A normal patch of trees becomes a possible hiding place. A stretch of black water becomes a corridor. A silent bank becomes a warning. That is real power, not just the ability to kill, the ability to alter behavior without even being seen. Top predators shape ecosystems in ways most people never notice. Their presence changes where animals drink, where they move, when they feed, and how bold they are willing to be. The black jaguar does all of that while carrying an almost mythic visual identity. Rare in appearance, distinct, homage, massive in ecological influence. And maybe that is why it stays in the mind so long after a sighting ends. Because the animal leaves you with two impressions at once. First, awe, then uncertainty. You saw it, but did you really? Did you see the whole body? Or just the part the forest allowed you to see? Did it vanish? Or did your eyes lose it? Was it farther away than it looked, or much closer? That uncertainty is not a flaw in the encounter. It is the encounter. A black jaguar is one of those rare animals that seems to weaponize doubt. The more you think about what you saw, the less confident you become. And the less confident you become, the more powerful the memory feels. That is how a real predator becomes larger than the moment. Not through noise, through precision, not through spectacle, through absence. And when it finally does step into enough light for you to see the whole shape clearly, the effect is almost worse, because now the mystery has a body, broad head, denser shoulders, nails, silent pose, then it turns to pierce eyes fixed with total control. For a second, the impossible becomes visible, and then it is gone again, back into leaves, back into water, back into the architecture of shadow it was designed to master. Maybe that is why the black jaguar feels different from almost every other predator on Earth. Not because it is the loudest, not because it is the biggest, but because it feels like the rainforest made something too perfect for darkness, then let the rest of the world glimpse it only in fragments. And once you have seen even one fragment, you start to understand the real terror of the black jaguar. It does not need to chase the forest. The forest is already on its side.